and the relationship between them. These three things, which are indicated by the syllable bha and bhu. Okay, so this is very deep. It's not only poetry, it's not only a play on words, it's a play on meanings. And it's a deep, deep harmony between all the most important scriptures in the Vedas. You see, no ordinary human being can write this. It's not possible. You couldn't sit down and say, okay, now I'm going to write this, and then think all this stuff in your head and get it all together, and then express it in perfect Sanskrit, with all the rules and everything. You see, it's not possible. And there's another principle too, which is that the beginning of a work or a series of works expresses the purpose or the mood of the whole work. See, like in Śrī Viṣṇusahasranāma, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate. The Lord is complete and perfect, and all the emanations from Him, such as this material world, are also complete wholes, perfect, complete in themselves. He's so complete that He can emanate unlimited complete units, and yet He remains complete and full of potency, not diminished in any way. That's God. That's Krishna. So here we have, and this mood, this same theme, actually pervades all the Upanishads. All the Upanishads have this theme coming up again and again and again. Now, who is the creator? Who is that person who emanates everything? Where from is all these things coming? Which is the energy, and which is the source of the energy? We always see that energy has a source. Like the light that's coming over there, you see? The light that's shining here and making the shadow here, that is the source of the light. A very bright light over there. Or when we see the sunshine, we know that the sun is the source. And when we see the rain, we know, or the stream here, we see that the ocean is the source. And the sky is the source of air, and so many things. Okay, so every energy has a source. But what is the source then of the soul? What is the source of consciousness? We're all conscious. So that's an energy. It's a substance. So where is the source from which consciousness is emanated? Nityo nityanam, chaitanash chaitananam. There are many, many eternal entities, and there are many, many conscious entities. And there is one source for all those eternal conscious entities. And who is it? It's He who maintains all of them. Yo vididhati kama. Eko bahunam yo vididhati kama. There's one being who maintains all the rest. That's Krishna. He's giving the desires, He's giving the needs, He's supplying all of the requirements of all the other living beings. He's the supreme. He is the source from which everything has emanated. So this is so beautiful. I mean, we can take one shloka and we can go deep and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and expand and expand and expand and more and more and more. And there's no limit. There's no limit. And here's so many shlokas. The whole book is full of shlokas like that. And each one of them is totally significant. Each one is completely full of transcendental meaning. You can just sit here and take one word, even one letter of one word, and you can just go deep and deep and deep into it, and you can understand so many things just by analyzing one letter, one word. So this is the way to understand Vedic knowledge. We don't read the Vedas like a novel or like an ordinary book. even though sometimes there may be stories. That story is only the top layer. Just like if we go out in the garden here, today we brought a bunch of organic material for our garden, and we spread it all on the top. Then we put straw. So the top layer is straw, and then there's compost, and then there's some grass, and under the grass is topsoil, and then you go dig down, there's a layer of gravel, and under that is more topsoil, as deep down as you can go. You can just dig and dig and dig all day until you can't see daylight anymore. So the Vedas are like that. The Vedas are rich, and they're full of meaning, and they're full of substance, and they're full of esoteric, deep esoteric, hidden, recondite meanings. And you have to know all the Vedic literatures. You have to know Bhagavad-gītā, 1,000 Names of Vishnu, Vedānta-sūtra, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Upanishads. You have to know Mahabharata. You have to know all these different esoteric literatures. And then you start seeing, oh, look, this one says this over here, and that reflects what that says over there. And then this here casts light on this other mystery over here. And then, and so much. And you can go on and on and on studying these things. And more wonderful and more sweet and more brilliant meanings come out. The deeper you study. If you start to study Sanskrit, you find out these shlokas, they seem so simple, but they're so intelligently composed and so perfectly composed. One after another, after another, after another, after another. You just try to compose one shloka like this. It might take you a year. But then you look at the Vedas, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of shlokas, and each one is totally perfect. It's not possible for a human being to write this. Simply not possible. So if we look in the Vedas, the Vedas themselves explain their origin. They say that they come from the sound of the breathing of the Lord. They come from the breathing of Mahavishnu. They're eternal. The Vedas are not a product of a material being or material intelligence. They are a product of the perfect intelligence of the Lord. That's why they're so wonderful, and that's why they're so deep, and they're eternal and true. Absolute truth. See, none of the things that are said in this 1,000 names of Vishnu are temporary. None of them are affected by time. They're not temporal in nature. They are eternal in nature. Therefore, they're all absolute truth. From beginning to end. So nothing but absolute truth, like a mine of precious gems or gold that you can take unlimited amount of meaning from. Unlimited amount of spiritual wealth. People in this world, they are conditioned to want material things. But material things can't really make us happy. So without spiritual advancement, without spiritual consciousness, we can never really be happy the way we want to be. Take it from us. We all experience this. That when we come in contact with this transcendental sound vibration, then finally we get satisfied in this life. And until then, there was always some scratch that we couldn't quite itch, deep inside, deep in the heart. Some need that we could not fulfill, way, way down deep inside. And what is this need? It's the need for absolute truth. You see? Every level of the human being requires the right kind of food, the right kind of nourishment. The body requires good food of the ordinary kind. The energy of the human being requires work, which is suited for the nature, the person's nature. You see? And if we don't get that, we become weak and sickly, isn't it? We lose enthusiasm for life and for our activities. Similarly, the mind of a human being desires beautiful things. We have to have beautiful things. We have to have enough beauty, enough aesthetically pleasing sense impressions to remain interested in the world of the senses and so on. And then the intelligence has to have what? Truth. Truth is the food of the intelligence. You see? If you are not able to get sufficient truth, then your intelligence becomes stunted. Try